I
It's
roll
mind.
one.
It's mind and stealth.
Yeah, I roll 2d8 plus 1d4.
All right. In which
Yeah,
case,
okay.
I'm countering with my spell. I'm going to roll my spell dice, which is the same for this, but the move is actually move fire, which is actually able to counter fire.
Now,
So
would
I'm
silencing
gonna.
these elementals cause them to stop using such attacks?
So that would probably help. So I'm rolling a 7 on my attempt to counter it.
Okay, see, this is the first sunburst. Ooh. Nope, nothing happened.
And then I don't have a spell ready anymore, I believe.
Yeah, I can counter the second one.
That is correct. You can only counter once.
Well, I mean, at least you countered the one that only rolled 2s and 1s.
Yeah, and one actually hit with a 4.
Alright, in which case, I am resorting to dodging that one, which,
It's a resist.
Oh, it's a resist. What am I rolling to resist?
Mind stealth versus 3 damage plus 1 blinded.
Alright.
I'm doing 2 points of damage, fire damage.
Hey, bad news, boss. I'm claiming cover behind you.
Okay, that's fine. My mind is also a d6. I'm just gonna go with the roll. I don't have stealth either, I believe. Yep.
I do, but I'm a crappy raccoon.
So, I have 1 success, or depending on how this is. I think it's resist.
You rolled 5 versus their 4, so you resist, and I've tied, so I'll claim cover behind you. Ah!
Oh no, I have to absorb that, I believe, if you claim me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, we're rolling as a 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a 5. You resisted.
And he only needs to claim
for the second
cover.
attack.
Yeah.
My bad. Roll your mind and stealth, dude.
Okay. Well,
it's not mine.
That's what the roll was. I modified it to say mind instead because it's still a d6. So I succeeded both times. First by countering, second by having a mind.
Right, and I'm tied on the second one, so I'll claim cover behind you.
Right, and so now I'm going to soak it. That is 1 that I have soaked out of how much damage have they done?
All right, to recap, what am I rolling against? What am I defeating?
It is. Let me read it again.
I think Griff is just trying to take damage he doesn't have to take.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the implication was you take cover behind me and I take
damage.
It's an AoE, right? So he's claiming cover because he has a die that tied and you're there to take cover behind.
No,
you've already done your individual roll, so you've already passed.
Sorry. To clarify, just because I retreated behind you doesn't mean you take damage because you resisted.
Okay.
Plus 1. The damage is plus 1 blinded, so I did 2 points of damage.
We have to beat a number. What did they roll on their
4.
attack? What's their
If you
highest?
roll 4,
Yeah.
you roll 4
Good.
better.
So I beat it.
We're both gold. Because Gregory rolls a 5 and resists. I tie, but I can claim cover behind Gregory.
Now, however, though, one of those salamanders takes damage from Griff's counterattack.
Oh yes, that's right. I did in fact do move fire. So the one
Since Griffin's attack was successful, he can go ahead and he does counterattack damage to one of them.
Right, and it is not ignite fire there. So let me go ahead and roll up to that. It is damage plus 0 without critical.
It's weak, by the way. So
and it's weak. So all he really did was send it reeling. So just mark it reeling.
Yeah.
No, he's relentless, so he negates reeling.
Well, he taps relentless to negate reeling. That's a cooldown ability. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Relentless elementals.
And I'm going to roll this, and if I miss these 2 rolls, well, you guys are so lucky.
Why do I feel like the chips are going to explode when you hit those?
So it's your turn.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to try to make things easier. Have Spencer ready silence and cast it on this lead elemental there.
Okay. What?
Scrolling through my macros. That's 2 successes versus body speed, will, and supernatural versus 3. There's no range penalty because I used the wand.
Body speed and mind, correct?
Body speed, will, and supernatural. It's
Okay.
right there in the roll.
Okay. It has also magic save, but I don't think that works for this. D4, D6, and D8s.
I think it only counts if the magic actually does damage.
1d4, 1d6, plus 1d8. Ooh.
All right, so I have 2 successes versus its 1. It is now silenced.
It is indeed silence. Let's see.
No more spell casting for you.
Okay.
Which one did you hit? The closest one?
Yes.
Okay.
It's silenced.
Oh, and lessons?
Mhm.
Do you need me to send you new versions of those token markers I made so that they have no spaces in their names, or will you just do that yourself?
Either way, I actually blanked out on. I was ready for other things, and I blanked out on changing the name. So if you send them, that would be great.
Okay. I'll do it after game so you don't have to struggle with them right now.
And you see a third salamander do the same thing that the other salamanders. He's going down to the hole. He jumps into basically a space in between. So yeah. Who's next? Harmon, right?
I'll reload, and then I'll fire at this salamander in the back.
You're alone, so you can fire.
I
every
spent the
other-
last turn reloading.
Okay.
You said
so
it was
fire.
a 2-turn reload, right?
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
assume it has to be, because they've been firing every turn, and there's 2 of them spending.
Yeah.
I'll just
Well-
use again my staff sling roll, because it's basically the same, except -1 damage at critical.
Ooh.
And he has to dodge, because this time I'm targeting a person, and not a ship.
Yeah, it's just. But no, he can, but I'm gonna roll it just to have it on.
Well, the thing is that he could roll all 1s, and that 2 could still be prescient.
No, he only has 1 dodge.
All right. No, I'm saying the thing is that he could roll a 1, and I could get 3 hits on instead of just 2. So yeah, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4,
So he soaks
5 damage.
Yeah. 1d4, 1d8.
So he's
Ooh.
dead.
Yeah, he's gone.
Man, my motto ought to be 1 shot, 1 kill. Everything I hit with a ranged weapon kills them. The assassin on the wagon, a boat, that captain. Well, the captain
okay.
almost twice. Almost 2 1 shot, 1 kills. Which sounds weird to say.
It's their turn. Guys.
Hold on.
Go
I didn't go either, so.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna follow suit with what Spencer did. I'm going to quickly equip my bow. I don't have fast hands or anything like that, so I'm not going to aim. But I'm going to immediately knock back an arrow and shoot at from where I am, which is about 12 meters, 12 paces,
Mhm.
at this salamander here. So that is, I think, technically still short range, and I have sharpshooter anyway, so it's reduced. And that is a 6 as a highest, so he can dodge.
He can't really do much of anything, so he fails.
Well, if you want there, Duncan, Robert,
Yes.
there's a rule in this game called flashbacks that gives you a claimed bonus D8 to something if you can invent a scenario that had you training just for this very moment or some such.
We can do that 1 per session. Yeah,
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 isn't that 1 for
Okay.
all of us, or is that 1 for each of us?
1 for each of you.
Oh, I thought it was 1 for all of us. I
No.
thought Griffith used it already. I was like, shit.
I'm kind of unprepared for that, so I'm gonna let it slide for now.
So that's the soak.
But that's good to know.
I think he actually soaked the damage. What's the
That's
total
all right.
damage?
But he should be reeling at least.
It should be reeling, so he is reeling. He is he's screaming. It is screamingly silent and also reeling.
Oh, if he was hit, it's damage plus 1 critical, so I guess that'd be 2 points. Yeah, he soaked. He's good.
Oh wait, was he still? Is this the same round that I cast silencing? Because he'd already be
Yes.
healing and you'd get an extra die on him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd be a D8.
What would that extra die be? That's just a D.
D8.
D8?
Although, on the
Alright.
same token of handing out extra dice, what's the range penalty here?
Well, I have sharpshooter and it is short range already because it's only 12 paces.
Is it? Okay, the map just seems bigger to me, I guess because I'm zoomed in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
well,
look at
that didn't do anything.
Yeah. Ooh.
What's your favorite
Right.
use?
My favorite use of my bows was not shooting elementals. I'll tell you that much.
No?
Oh,
Well,
with your bow.
Favorite bow.
you're not a very good planner, are you?
No, I'm not. But it is my favorite bow.
So on next round,
I didn't go yet.
go ahead.
Wait, boss,
I'll-
I need to boost you first.
You already went, didn't you? Oh, no, you
This is the
Okay.
round after we got sunbursted, right?
Yeah, this is. So yeah, neither of us have gone then.
Go
Okay.
ahead, go ahead.
First thing I have to do is boost the boss. I said we can do it. They're just fiends. There. Why don't you accept the power of focus? And then as my next
Yay.
action, I'm gonna blast a mofo. The power of the divine compels you. Crap, they're gonna resist the crap out of this. All right, I am blasting this guy. This guy will roll his mind, will, and presence, and I'm pretty sure you have presence. Roll those and count the 3s or better.
You have the bonus because he's reeling on your roll, Raph?
I do, but
Okay,
that's
making sure.
well, actually, no, not with this. Concealment doesn't matter for this.
Okay.
All right, I have 2 successes. So resist with mind, will, and presence.
I screwed up.
That
One
is a
point,
reroll, you did.
D6.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
A period. It's wherever you don't want it.
Yeah.
Don't forget your D8.
I already. Oh, yeah.
Nope, you didn't.
You roll a D4, you roll a D6, now roll that D8. That's 2 successes. You resist, and my turn is done. I am not a good combat wizard.
Well, fortunately I am. So, extra action. Refresh my magic. Focus. Go ahead and have that magic ready to actually cast it. Second. Wait, no. First action after the focus, aim, and then I'm going to try to destroy it with its own fire. And I'm reasonably certain they aren't immune to me trying to cast fire magic on them.
Any fire attack is weak to them, so they basically roll double soak.
Okay. I'm still a big hitter, so I'll do it.
Are you, though?
I did have the aim, I said, so that is 2 successes, so that's going to be 4 damage total.
Wouldn't it be 5? It's 5 damage, isn't it?
2 successes, damage plus 1, critical for an extra.
Oh, right. For some reason I thought you had damage plus 2. I know it's
I
written
understand.
there on the screen, but sometimes I'm just fucking stupid.
I understand.
Okay, I've added sections to my macros that tell the GM how to remove the statuses I'm causing.
Oh, actually, there were bonus dice to also hit him, weren't there? For silence
Reeling. Did you do
and reeling. Here, let me throw 2 extra on.
I don't
Okay,
think
1 extra
silence
damage.
gives you any bonus to hit, though. I think just the reeling.
Yeah, just the reeling.
Oh, okay. So just the reeling. Ignore the 5 too. So same as before.
I soaked 1 damage, 2 damage,
3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah. So
You
down
did
to
5.
1.
Down to 1.
And he wasn't hurt before or anything.
Nope, he's hurt
Okay.
now though.
Yeah.
But
And reeling again.
that doesn't matter because both of you are gonna have to make resist rolls.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Resist. It's going to be the same thing, mind and stealth, but this time it's going to be damage plus 2 critical.
I'm
What kind of
not great at
packaging?
this.
Huh?
Is it?
It's a fire attack.
Is the
Mhm.
ship exploding, or is this guy doing something?
No, the ship exploded.
Okay. I thought you would
Nice.
take a moment
I
to...
knew it.
Let me roll the basically the 2 hit to make sure. So
I mean,
it's-
nothing by it lessons, but you seem very theatrical most of the time, so I thought you would give us a flowery explanation of the ship exploding.
So that's 2, and critical 2. So that's total 5
Against who?
against both of them.
Okay, so
Presper rolled a 4.
So you rolled a 6 to hit us.
Yeah,
Yes.
6 and a 4.
Okay, so you roll 6 hit. So when we do an AOE, we do each person separate. So you roll a 6, I rolled a 4. That's a hit for 1 point of damage. And what's the damage bonus?
Plus 2 critical.
Plus 2. It's not a critical, so I'll take 3 points of damage.
And I still take
to Greg.
5 then?
Now you, Gregory, have botched. As you have rolled all 1s. So that's
Yep.
1 point of damage before we even get started. That's a 6 and a 4, which is plus 2 on top of that. That's 2 successes, so it's a critical, so it's another plus 1 damage. And the damage bonus was 2. That's a 5-point hit that you take with your face.
I think it was 5 before that, so it's 6 now.
Okay, I'm gonna once again. All
Sorry.
right, I want to ask the GM. GM, you said this is damage plus 2 critical.
Yes.
Okay, so to repeat, the attack got 2 successes. It's a damage
Mhm.
bonus of plus 2, so it's 2 points, and it's critical, so F again, so it's 1. You take 5, soak 5.
Well, plus the one
okay,
for the
then.
botch, though.
Oh, and plus 1 from the botch, so that's 6. So
Yeah,
6.
there we go. That's what I meant.
My
Wow,
bad.
okay. Turns out having armor is really important here.
Holy
I
crap.
nearly take that down.
Armor is incredibly important. By the way, I'm hurt and afraid.
Yeah, so 2 points leaves me at I don't know.
Hurt and
Right now.
afraid. Reeling, hurt, and afraid. You're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so reeling.
Despite
So-
all your bonuses, you're the same in front of an explosion. You should
Of
have.
course.
I dodged better, but I have crappier armor.
To give you the flower explanation, basically what happened was the third salamander jumped into the hole, which was full of gunpowder, and detonated it by basically throwing himself at it. And the ship exploded, and you can see, basically, you see almost like a mushroom cloud briefly as the whole thing just goes up in splinters, and a fireball that causes the sky. Part of the quay takes damage, even though this is wood and it's stone, but still, the force of explosion. And you two of them get floored to the ground. Maybe one of you sort of hang from the lip, like, oh shit, I'm gonna fall into the water, but you're able to get yourself out. Or maybe you actually jump into the water so that you can put yourself out. That's your
Yeah, that's
choice.
gonna be my claim right there.
Yeah.
Does
And
the salamander survive, though, since he takes half? Or since he's
No.
weak to fire? Not weak.
He's gone.
no.
All right.
Pretty sure
Well, I
you
didn't
take
know,
us
since
with
the
it.
explosion is
because-
itself fire.
Yeah, even though it's well, you are on fire. Both of you are on fire. Those who managed to dodge. But the thing is that the salamanders, even if they survive the fire and the explosion, they would fall into the water, and the water would just destroy them.
Unless concussive force propels it onto the dock so it can set the rest of the docks on
Will
fire.
you shut
Give him
up?
ideas.
So, by the way,
I'm playing both sides. What do you want?
Both of you are on fire. By the way,
Yeah.
so your damage is not done yet. So let's resolve the fact that you're on fire right now.
Yeah, so on fire. I even have the rules for that up.
I appear to be on fire.
Target is on fire. During end of round maintenance, the target suffers damage 2, and that can increase if the target is hurt or injured.
Yep, because it's
Uh,
damage to environmental.
Other opponents can claim extra dice against them. Targets that are on fire are sources of light. A character who stops, drops, and rolls can add their speed in with their soak dice for this. And if a fire fails to inflict new damage, it burns out.
Can you
Uh,
swim?
I can. I would like to just claim I'm just gonna dunk myself in the water.
Oh, dude, don't do that.
Oh, okay. Why not?
I can pray. I can pray away fire.
I can also just magic the fire out too, but I still need to resist the damage first because neither of us have actions.
Well, we don't take fire damage till the end of our turns.
Right? We just both did our turns, then it exploded, and then the end of round is going to happen.
Yeah, so we're gonna burn. We don't have any choice.
So I can go ahead and add my speed onto this because I will start with stop, drop, and roll.
I'm a little confused why the bad guys got to go out of turn and blow the ship up when it wasn't their turn, but maybe he had a held action. I don't know.
We finished our. I
You
don't
finished
know.
your action. Everybody went. They were about to do anything. These guys are knocked out completely. So just the third guy who just went into the hole. And
Okay,
Cover
so on
railing, explode
his
ship.
turn, he blew up and set us on fire. we don't actually take fire damage till the end of our turns.
Yes, but there's nobody else, so it's end of combat. Correct?
Right. Well, you have a funny way of saying end of combat. So we're on fire. So I'd like to put that out
Yes.
because
Okay.
I actually have actions that can put out fire.
Yeah.
And
So
I can also counter fire.
Right. Well, first I'll pray. Well, actually, never mind. I'm afraid, so none of this actually matters. I'm gonna jump in the water.
All this
I forgot that since I'm afraid, I can't actually rally you. So
Okay, let me read.
Well, what if I rallied you from way across there?
Yeah.
Good
Okay,
news is I can swim.
Okay, let me read the whole thing just so we're clear on this. I mean, myself included. On fire, burning for damage 2. During each end of the round maintenance, a combatant that is on fire suffers damage 2. Notice damage may increase if the target becomes hurt or injured. So you already have a hurt and injured. That it's add to it. Being on fire is very distracting. Other combatants may claim combat advantage. Also, a target is a fire source of light. On fire condition ends if the character suffers no new damage result. For example, if an on fire combatant suffers a new hurt result and they're already hurt, then the fire goes out. That's
well. If the fight's over, I realize I can't even put out the fire because we're both afraid, so I'm just gonna fall in the water.
Well, I just rallied the afraid off of Vesper.
Oh wait, you can do that at range.
Yes.
Oh well, if I'm no longer afraid, then I can rally the fear off of. I can rally the fire off of. Well, no, you also have to rally the reeling off of me. Yeah, I got to go in the water. I got no choice.
Okay.
I'm too badly hurt. I got to go in the water. But I can swim, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, so can I, really, so. So yeah, you know what, I'll just extradite this. Into the water. There you go.
The salty water hits your matted, your burned up skin and fur, and it hurts like hell. Because that's what they'll tell you when you put out fires with salt water. It hurts. Yeah.
First time, huh?
Yeah. So you did manage to stop the fire ships from hitting your ships, but as Harmon said earlier, the wreckage now needs to be cleared, and part of this quay has been damaged.
Hey, that's still wreckage, and we came out with minor injuries.
Yeah, but our ships are stuck in port now.
Well, what I'm more concerned about
We
is
wanted to wait anyway, so.
Our enemies managed to marshal how many fire elementals commit suicide against us?
Right, I sort of wish I intimidated one into accepting my demands.
Well, you actually don't know how to bind elementals yet.
Alright, I can't bind them, I can just yell at them a lot.
They convinced a bunch of elementals to go on a suicide mission. They convinced immortal creatures to commit suicide.
Who has the power to do that? That's my question.
Someone really scary, that's what. So yeah, after swimming back over here, I'll just take that. We'll shake off, and we're probably talking about that now. I was at the college. Would I happen to know anyone who perhaps can claim this sort of level of power to bind so many elementals to their service?
Not by themselves. That takes basically a group of wizards, probably elementalists.
And to clarify, there's no elemental plane of fire in the standard Ironclaw cosmology. Mm-hmm. You have to go find a fire elemental, possibly in the volcano or bonfire in which it lives, and then bind it and make it come with you to do what you say. So this isn't like a Dungeons and Dragons game where they're just like clockwork automatons. So this was whoever did this. This is amazing.
It's as if perhaps our enemies might have the assistance of a foreign power which has colleges upon colleges full of mages at the ready with phenomenal power.
Well, they sent a priceless resource to block our port. Plus, also, they can hire assassins with untrained guns and mind control them. Dude, this is a full-on invasion by a foreign power with incredible resources.
That's some crazy invasion.
Well, we at least didn't lose everything again due to another one of their plots. I'm more worried on if they have more ships on the horizon. I'm going to check with the guard.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like this seems to be like the end of it, basically.
Mhm.
So yeah, you don't see any ships in the distance. You know, so there's that.
So the salamanders piloted the ships out here?
No, when they
They
take a
probably
couple.
put another boat and went away.
No, yeah. What happens with fire ships is that the fire ships are modified to have sally ports.
Mhm.
So as they go out, as the sailors go out, they set up the fires. And
Yeah. So they had another boat. They probably evacuated that, and it's just long gone.
but see, they still.
But it's
spent 3
not
ships.
the rest of the invasion, so that's good.
Yeah.
So what was the purpose of this, though? Were they trying to sabotage the port? Were they trying
Cripple
to
us so that we
block it?
can't launch an attack.
Yeah. Remember, you were gathering your forces to launch an attack and invasion of the Eastern Island, right?
Hmm.
Now,
Imagine if we
your
had to play
plan-
defense.
Yeah. So now basically they took the offensive, like the best defense is a good offense. And
Mhm.
they didn't, but the thing is that they didn't choose to, whatever ships they may have, they didn't choose to use them to blockade or anything like that or bombard you. They chose this action, which was, although very powerful in the use of the elementals, overall, it's mostly like this is clearly a one-shot thing. So
I doubt that they will be able to pull off this attack like this again without like another year of preparation.
It makes me feel like that, like, if they're trying to cripple our navy at this point, then obviously we need to maybe try and find a way to extradite our departure as soon as possible. Are there any other ports on this island that we can use, or is this the only one that's in or out for our navy?
There's more.
This is more, but this is the main one, right?
And we
and
should
this is
probably
your
wait
tip.
to hear word if maybe similar attacks also occurred at other locations.
Yeah.
That's true too, yeah. Gregory, I'm thinking once we find word and things, perhaps we should maybe consider charting a private ship.
Well, we
What
have
do you-
ours, so
Is it
we're
in
going
this-
where
is
we
it in this
must.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
right
in
here.
this dock? It might not be able to go anywhere for a while.
Yeah, it's trapped in harbor now.
Well, we'll see. Nonetheless, I have my duties to attend to. I must write a letter, and I'm going to get the captain of the guard in here so that he can put his report in as well. We're going to send it back to the capital, and we're going to wait to hear word on instructions.
Yeah. Over the couple of days, you hear that there were other attacks. None as involved as this one. Mostly using smaller ships against fire ships, against fishing villages and other ports. There was a failed attempt to also cover the mouth of the river,
Mhm.
right, which is nearby. That one failed because that one has like forts that are protecting it with cannon. And they were being built; they were not complete, but they, cannon fire basically destroyed the ships. And most of the fact that the outgoing current sort of tends to, help clear the way as well. So the Navy right now is delayed and not crippled, but delayed. So that's the word it is. And also you have reports from the lady Chamberlain sends a report. She sent someone over to talk to you,
Mhm.
and she says that she has reports that has been in fact an invasion of the southern Central Islands.
By outside forces?
The forces are unknown, but they seem to be flying the colors of the younger king. But they usually, the reports of theirs are they're mercenaries, pirates, that sort of thing.
So, well, I suppose he's thrown his allegiance fully to them then.
Yeah. Well, the southern island. Remember, it's a dead the king, the dead regional king,
Mhm.
and they have it's a regency. His son is about 7 to 9 years old. So she's afraid that she basically, the message talking over
right.
this, they think that if they can capture that island, they can get the resources of the island, and install their own king, and so, change the balance of power.
Right. I think I understand. Yes, I understand the situation entirely then.
Sorry.
So they already have a head start. We do need to get there. So, what are the Lady Chamberlain's orders?
Well, from the king himself to clear all the harbors, get ready to sail. They're going to have to split the fleet, right?
Mhm.
What they're going to try to do is send a counter force to counter invade the southern island and try to blockade the eastern island.
Mm-hmm.
That idea, they can reinforce, and if they're getting forces from the outside, they won't get to be able to reinforce.
Right.
And to you, he says, as soon as you're able, you'll have a special mission to go on shore and get more information on what is. Naturally, no, you're going to go to the southern island and try and see if you can rescue the young king,
The young heir.
young heir, so it doesn't fall into the hands of his uncle, right?
I see.
Um,
Well, inform the Lady Chamberlain that I understand, and I am ready to proceed on the mission. I believe our men are here by the time that the ships will be undocked, or unblocked and able to leave.
Yeah.
We will make our attempt.
Yeah, basically they have a hired people. They just take hatchets and whatever, just to clear enough of it.
Mhm.
To it's going to take several days, maybe about half a week or so, to
Yeah.
have a channel at least per one ship, clearing most of it so all the ships can leave, especially the heavier ships. It's going to take most of the
Right,
week.
but maybe we can go enough room for our small ship. Should probably take less. So we're out before it's even done.
Yeah. So she trusts that your small party can go into the southern island and go to the capital and retrieve the heir and the regent, which is his mother, into safety.
Is that a new goal?
It's a new goal.
Save the heir or regent or whatever.
Now, listen, Zeb. I don't know why I wrote this down as I did, but I had 3 goals. One of them was to escort the new king to be coronated. Then
Which you
there's dismantle
Yeah.
the conspiracy against the kingdom, which everybody seems to have.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you gave me this one separately or if this is just something I thought was a goal. But
Oh,
who is this cognoscenti assassinating people? So should I
Yeah.
replace that last one with this new one?
No, that one should basically is a dismantling of the conspiracy. That's
Yeah.
part of that. So yeah, merge them together. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's the text for the new goal?
Rescue
Save the heir, the regent.
save the heir, the region, yeah, and the region, yeah.
Now, do we fail if we only do half?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that he's a kid, right? So he's alive, but he doesn't have her mother to speak for him. It makes things more complicated.
Well, I
Right.
mean, what's
Come
the
as a-
age of ascendancy?
Traditionally, it's anywhere between 16 to 18. Usually older, 18 years old. Yeah. So
Still, if we wait long enough, we'll accomplish this goal on our own.
Yeah. Although, there being exceptions before, right? You have younger kings. If they themselves have the charisma and the drive, they could probably try to do it sooner.
Regent dies, we appoint Gregory as vizier, and we're done.
Oh dear.
It's so strange. We got them on the ship, and then they suddenly died. It's so strange.
They drown.
And just clarification: the young heir is 10 years old, 9 years old, 6,
Yeah.
4.
About
Yeah.
7 years, 7 to 9.
7
You don't have the
years old?
exact. You don't have the exact age.
Okay. So we have like a couple of days before we leave, right? Or
Yeah.
Are we actually done for the session, or are we still going?
No, you're still going.
Yeah.
It's like another hour left.
I was
Yeah,
just kind of looking
double-checking,
for
I thought this was like the end spot. Because I want to start investigating things now in my sort of underground my underground contact kind of way. You know what I mean? Like I want to see if I can find out anything that happened. Like why the hell did we just got attacked by salamanders, and maybe go into like the piracy stuff that we talked about earlier. if
Yeah.
possible.
Go ahead. Do the gossip roll first.
Yes.
You can track
and
down anybody who
and-
has any information.
yes, and because I guess I'm looking like at the more criminal elements of things. Is it possible to add the streetwise to this?
Yes.
Very, very good. Okay. So here we go. I have 2 successes out of the total there, and I'm just basically like talking around to folks, like
Yeah.
the random folks out there about specifically anything about piracy or why this crazy attack happened. Any information that we can use at this point.
Well, first of all, you know that piracy has been on the rise. In fact, there was a major battle about a month ago against the pirates, and they were defeated, and they were up to the capital, and they got hanged and all that. So yeah, piracy has been on the rise for the last year or so. Well, actually, piracy and banditry have been on the rise across the Isles because people are going hungry. What's happened is in the last 2 years, well, the last 3 years, 2 years was a drought. Last year there were flooding, and this year also looks like there was going to be flooding. Although the skies have cleared quite a bit since the new king has been crowned, but most of the spring and significant parts of the summer have been heavy rain and overcast. So this looks like another year where they might be failed crops. When you're talking about, people are nervous, they're angry, in a sort of undirected anger. Like, people are sort of, everybody you talk to is like on edge, and not just because of the war. People are going hungry. Like, you pass through other alleyways of people asking for alms and food. The church does what it can, but just the numbers keep growing. The granaries are are going past a midway point. So if the situation doesn't change by next year, have a good crop at least, things are going to get very bad, right?
People are getting desperate now, aren't they?
Yeah, and that explains why there's a lot of banditry and piracy. Right, people are looking for some way to make money, some way to make food, especially getting food from the outside, right, from Calabria. In spite of all the things that the new king is saying, a lot of new shipments have been coming in of grain and other foodstuffs. That has kept the Isles afloat, as it were. Yeah. But with this war, well,
that might change things.
Yeah.
Might also even, like, in a weird way, whoever controls the grain controls the people.
Yeah.
That's an interesting part.
Whoever has ready connections to, say, Calabria, and first go at grain shipments and foodstuffs, has an advantage.
So, the general mood of everybody is more or less the same. Like, I guess, like they're all like
cagey and angry. Right?
Yeah.
You don't feel that they have consolidated against any one person or any one cause outside of people being hungry and food insecurity. But that could, you've seen this before. It could change very quickly.
When you're hungry and desperate, all it takes is a push. All right, that's actually good to know, because the mood of the people is something that I don't know if, and I'm thinking this out loud, not in front of anybody, but I don't know if like Gregory or the other higher ups actually realize that this is an issue, and if they do, I don't know if they realize how big of an issue this can be.
Mm-hmm.
I thank everybody I meet and speak to. I guess I thank them for their time and for the information. Probably like throw around like a dinar or two, like money go flowing a little bit, so people actually can find something to eat. I'm not necessarily worried about where my meals are coming from right now.
And you also hear a lot about brother Vesper, someone who people are looking toward him, because he spent quite a bit in the past couple of months making sure that people are fed, have alms, calling for alms, and giving some very inspirational sermons, basically talking to people, not sermons officially on church or in temple, but rather talking to people, impromptu sort of street sermons. And you can make another gossip roll, see if you find out about this as well.
Specifically, just gossip.
Yeah, just gossip.
Okay.
No mind or will.
Yeah, mine.
I assumed it would just be mind. So my mind, I actually have a terrible mind, but gossip's not bad. I got 1 success out of that.
Yeah, you find a little bit more that they're maybe part of the reason why people are not focused on their anger as of yet is because there's a sense of, hey, we should give peace a chance, right? The churches seems to be putting that message out there, and for now, people are thinking that maybe this is going to blow over very quickly, and so it's going to be a short. If it is a war and it has already started, it's going to be a couple of engagements, and that's going to be it. But know with your information that this is not going to be it, right?
Oh
Again,
God, this is like 1861 Civil War all over again. Okay. No, I don't say it out loud, but I compliment the cheery optimism of that to a lot of the people. And
it's not cheery optimism. It's more like wistful hope, right? It's like, oh, we wish this would happen. Please let it be this. So that's sort of people are sort of banking on that because they don't have anything else really. Right.
I will compliment then the wishful thinking, the wishful hope of the people. Is that I hope it's the same way as well. I'll even fully admit I'm probably cynical enough to not believe it, but I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong as well. With my little toothy smile.
Anything else that you want to dig into?
No, that dug into actually more than I thought it would, because those are some interesting angles. So let's see. So people are turning to banditry and piracy. People are hungry, afraid, concerned. Vesper, and by extension, the Church of Salmer, it seems like, is kind of becoming the voice of reason here. And
we were always the voice of reason.
Oh yes, that's true. But now it's like becoming kind of powerful as a voice of reason, and that's an interesting angle. That's all I can find for now. I'm probably going to speak to Vesper and Gregory about this privately.
Okay.
In a few minutes. Let everybody else do something first, though.
Go ahead. Yeah, Griffin, you start. The people that you hired are starting to come in. For the record, I don't have them prepped right now, so they're probably going to have their tokens.
Yeah, that's fine. One of them's just not even going to be on the board. It's fine. They're just They're just the support character. And another one just holding a shield for me, so he doesn't need to do anything.
So next time there's an explosion, he can take the damage for you. That's good.
He can give me cover.
Yeah.
Like a true noble.
Yeah. So, Griffin, sorry, Gregory.
Yes.
Yeah, you're basically there's a sort of a small war council here down here in South, and because you're one of the ship captains, you get called in. Now you see the admiral a little more agitated and more like, oh, we have to go to battle and do this and that. Maybe you want to try to get a read on the admiral and see what's going on.
Absolutely. What shall I roll to get a read on him?
That would be a mind roll. Yes. Let's go back and put you all back in the generic page.
Let's see. So a mind and a what? Gossip?
Gossip, yeah.
All right, so that's going to be a good 2d6 for me. Hey, I got a success.
You get the feeling that there's a little bit more, bluster. Basically, there's a little bit of bluster. You're not really sure how sincere he is.
Yeah.
Right? So, but he seems to be recovering from his malaise that it was before.
Right. He has this persona to put on, and he's putting it back on, and even trying to put things behind him. But he's not plotting anything.
You couldn't tell.
On the
You know,
surface, okay.
you're one captain among the many. You know, you didn't have the time to talk to him. You know, had you done better, you probably could have. You know,
Yeah, I've been focusing on other things, and someone else is watching it, I'm sure.
yeah. So yeah, they're getting ready to ship to go south. Anything you want to do? Oh, forgot. A certain lady drops by to visit,
Victoria!
and she pulls you aside and basically says, "Gregory, things are very difficult.
I can see that.
The king is worried. My mistress is worried. The fact that they were able to pull this off means that, well, they believe. That's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that basically Edgar is just a puppet for Calambrian interest. This is a prelude to full invasion.
I can sense that as well.
There's no
There's
way.
truth in it.
There's no way he could have getting that many ships in. According to the members of the academy, the university, summoning these creatures, or heard there were some fire creatures, enough of them to do what they
were.
did.
A difficult prospect, and one that undoubtedly must have taken lots of resources, time, and well-trained individuals.
I heard that you have you're going into the fighting. Is that true?
Well, I'll be going to try to rescue the young boy. If I can get him out in time, perhaps there'll be some future ahead. But I do worry what you told, what we know about the young king. In his youth and his rashness, he must have sold away so much. If he wins, he'll have his king in name, but the Isles won't be ours anymore.
Won't win without a fight. That's I assure you. One more thing. I'll be going home since my mistress, someone has to, as they say, hold the fort. If the High King is to stay here, then his throne is vacant. She will take her responsibility as queen and run the affairs as best as possible.
Right, it'll be safest there for the time being.
Also muster more men and resources. We must defeat this endeavor as quickly as possible.
Well, I wish the queen luck in her own endeavor, and I know that with you at her side, she will not be lacking in assistance.
Best. If you have any information that you can share, I would appreciate it.
I've learned nothing of so far. I only spent a short time on that isle anyway. I'm afraid there's not much that I can offer. I am afraid. All I can do is give you my luck and my love, my dear. And perhaps when this is all over, we'll be together again.
I can only hope. And I do the same. Are you sure the Admiral can be trusted?
Gregory definitely pauses for a long while on that, weighing like so many things. Like, on one hand, he's an idiot. On the other hand, he is in the younger kid's court, but he's also a pawn. He's just tossing that in his brain and kind of goes, "For now, I think it should be sufficient."
And you notice that he puts her hands on her lap, sort of like in her lap, and that's the first time you notice. You maybe noticed maybe before is that she is not unarmed.
Oh,
And I don't mean just her claws. I know you see her claws sort of kind of pop up a little bit. It's like she's sort of flexes her paws and yeah. Do you comment on it or simply let it pass? I mean, it's a weapon.
Comment on it.
It's a dagger that is hidden in the folds of her clothing, right?
Yeah, no, it's a perfectly understandable thing to have. Yeah, I'm not going to say a single thing.
So she bows. She gives you a smooch basically, and bets on her way back north. So there's that.
Yeah.
Anyone else has anything that they want to do before they depart south?
Well, Spencer has a few contacts in the wizardly circles, so he might like to ask if any of them know anybody or have rumor of anybody from Calabria who could have done such a feat as summon a bunch of salamanders and order them to jihad, basically.
Run a gossip for me.
All right.
This I think would be Will, because it's going into the secrets of what people actually know, especially wizards keep those.